Hello and welcome back to Solid. My name is Jake. Thank you guys very much for joining me on today, Thursday, May 1st. It's about 3:30 in the morning. So I'm doing this a little bit later or earlier. I don't get I whatever than I would have liked to. We're doing like a mid-season award thing right now. Um just a heads up, if this is your first time listening to this show, this is not going to be the most insightful thing. This is just, kind of more for me, more to have a little bit of fun, something like that. I did this last year, and the Battlehawks were cooking. And I was like, I'm going to do it again. And then I was like, we're coming off a one good game and then two shit games and then two good games before that against real bad opponents. And the team's changed. Team has changed since then. Team's changed a lot. And it was, less fun than I thought it was going to be coming up with some of these awards. And again, it's just mid-season shit. So, if you're listening to this for the first time, let's say this. This is a skipper. If you were like, man, I don't necessarily know if I wanted to listen to all this Battlehawks stuff today, you'd probably skip this one. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep it short, but let's see how it goes. I say that about a lot of things, and then I end up going for like a fucking hour on offense. Let's start the way that we always start my awards at the ends of my recaps. Let's start with a caca of the so far. That means that this is going to go to the player who's done the best on the Battlehawks, not just of a game, but so far this season. There's no other option than it being Jacob Sailors. He started off the season like super hot, man. The guy was so hot. He's so hot. He's so hot. He was so hot. And he's cooled off a little bit, but you see the guy get the ball. Guy rocks. The guy rocks, man. Jacob Sailors is going to be the caca of those so far. There's other people that it could have been. It could have been a Travis Feeney because Travis Feeney lights it up on defense. It could have been a Willie Harvey because Willie Harvey, the pick six, get out of town. Like, there's other guys that it could have been, but, man, just the consistency in which Jacob Sailors fucking rocks, man. I don't know, dude. And it's not just like in the running game. I had the numbers up. Let me see if I still have them up. His all-purpose yards. So he's got 255 rushing yards and 202 receiving yards. And it's just like, man, you'd rather not have your top receiver be a running back, but them's the breaks, man. Them's the breaks. That's where we're at right now. I just want to. I didn't look at this. I want to see what this is real quick. Okay. So Jacob Sailors, 202 receiving yards. That's off of 17 receptions. Hakeem Butler in week 5, 124 yards off of 2 catches and 2 touchdowns receiving. It's not what you would want necessarily. I mean, it's good. You would just rather have, I don't know, your top receiver, top pass catcher not be a running back and your second best pass catcher, well, most yardage from a pass catcher, not be a guy who's caught, I don't know, 2 passes. That seems like that makes sense. I feel like I'm right. And if you don't like that I'm right, I don't know, eat a dick. So yeah, caca of the year is going to go to Jacob Sailors. Again, could have gone to Travis Feeney, could have gone to Willie Harvey. I'm trying to think who else it could have gone to. Austin Falu's been good, but, defensive lineman, not a sexy thing. He just eats double teams and stuffs runs. It's not exactly as sexy as a Jacob Sailors, and I sex sells. So Jacob Sailors, congratulations. Caca of the so far. Of the so far. This one was a little bit more interesting, but I think that there is kind of one player that could really stand out and kind of grab it, kind of take the award and just kind of run with it. People that it could have been Quinterio Cole. I like the way that Quinterio Cole plays downhill fast. I like that. I like a physical safety. I like a guy that flies around. He guesses wrong a lot of times. He has not gotten one of them interceptions that he's gotten. They smack him in the hands and then He doesn't end up getting any. I just want to make sure I'm right with no. Quintero Cole has had one interception. Sorry, that was wrong. Um, it could have been Manny Wilkins. Manny Wilkins, to be fair, I just said earlier in that recap, I like the way that not Manny Wilkins. Jesus Christ, it's the same fucking names. It could have been Max Duggan, but that feels wrong. Okay, so number one, he's only had 2 games, and he played like dog shit in his first game. Now, that's up to you and your opinion on whether or not you decide that is purely a Max Duggan thing that he played like shit. I personally don't think it's completely his fault that he played like shit in the first game, but he did. So it could have been Max Duggan, could have been Quintero Cole. It could be Peter Tamoipenu. You could say that Peter Tamoipenu could deserve an of the so far. Because Peter Tamoipenu, other than the beginnings of games and the very ends of games, kind of a nothing burger. And he makes some mistakes and takes his pass rushes deep and allows quarterbacks to get outside. He doesn't hold contain very well. But how much do you weigh being clutch? And Peter Tamoipenu, for what he doesn't necessarily do in the middle of games, and by the middle of games, I'm meaning the middle 56 minutes of games, being clutch is important. So I don't think I could give it to Peter Tamoipenu. Who else could it go to? It could go to any of the backup cornerbacks. It could go to Nick Whiteside or Miles or the other Miles. Could go to them. Could go to Ja'Cour Pearson, because Ja'Cour Pearson hasn't done much of anything this season, except for that first game where he had a big 3rd down conversion. Could be any of those guys. But I think, I think that there's a clear runaway. I think it's got to go to Jared Jones-Smith, left tackle. Last season he was the Battlehawks, not the Battlehawks, the UFL's, the all UFL left tackle. And I didn't see it then, and I sure don't see it now when they were playing the Defenders in that Week 3 game. Man, that guy ate a dick the entire time. In Week 4, guy kind of ate a dick the entire time. In those first 2 games, if there was anything that really went wrong, it was somebody getting pressure off the left side of the offensive line. So I really think that this has to go to, and I'm talking players, not coaches, or Dean Blandino. Listen, if we're throwing people into this, Dean Blandino is the of the week, the bitch of the not of the week, the of the so far, the bitch of the so far, the you dumbass so far. Like, it's Dean Blandino. But I'm talking players. I think it's got to go to Jared Jones-Smith. He's kind of sucked ass. I don't know. I feel like that's right. And this is my award show. And the committee being me, me alone. The so far goes to Jared Jones-Smith. I don't know. Listen, if he can win in Week 1, the entire Battlehawks offensive line won Offensive Player of the Week for the UFL. Jared Jones-Smith can get of the so far. Hey, there's room to grow. That's all I'm saying with that. Next award is the bitch of the so far, and this was another kind of a weird one, because the problem is that there hasn't been too many huge bitches on this Battlehawks team. Like when I'm thinking bitches of the so far, I'm thinking guys like, if you're watching the broadcast, you'll see somebody being on the sideline and doing like a pouty face and trying to like get into some shit, and then it's like, oh, you're clearly in the wrong. Wide receivers that are demanding OPIs or DPIs, sorry. Defenders that are demanding OPIs, guys begging for holds. And honestly, in this team, I just don't see that a whole lot. I don't see a lot of, like, yeah, maybe Anthony Becht is not the best head coach. Okay, Anthony Becht is definitely not the best head coach. Anthony Becht is definitely not a good head coach. But he doesn't his team doesn't play like a bunch of bitches. You know what I mean? It's like you're not watching this team and being like, dude, this fucking coward. Like I don't know how many. I don't think I've ever seen that on this. Like when I'm watching these games in person, rewatching. I mean, the hours that I've spent watching this, I don't think I've ever really seen a play and looked at somebody on the Battlehawks and been like, this guy's a fucking coward. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't seem like that. So I'm not entirely sure that I can really give the bitch of the so far to somebody on the Battlehawks. I'm really trying to rack my brain right now. Like, when Manny Wilkins was playing, he was getting in linebackers' faces based off of them trying to throw around Shakur Pearson, which is good. I'm trying to think offensive linemen. Yeah, sometimes you'll get a Steven Gonzalez kind of toss a guy. Maybe a guy gets in the backfield and makes a tackle and he kind of just stands there like a doof. But that's what offensive linemen do. Mike Panashuk, can't give it to him. Dude's gritty. Abdul Beecham, good. No problem with him. Jawan Bushel Beatty, no problem with him. He's out, by the way, on Friday, which sucks. Running backs, no. Pass catchers, no. On the defensive line, I'm not thinking of anybody. There was a funny moment during that last game where Phil Hoskins got held, and then like you could see it was just on the broadcast. It only picked it up just in the background of the broadcast. He got held, and then he is just like has this after the play, the running back's like walking back to the huddle, and you can just see Phil Hoskins with his hands on his hips, being like, "What the fuck was that?" Talking about how he got hold. He didn't say anything. He was just looking at the ref with his head like cockeyed, like, "You fucking kidding me with this?" So nothing. I can't. Man, I'm not. This. If you say what you say about this team and some of the lack of creativity on offense, some of the lack of coverage on defense, they're a physical team. There's not just a whole. There's no bitches. So I'm obviously default is going to go to Wade Phillips, the former Brahmas head coach, just because he's a fat old bitch, you know. When you look at Wade Phillips and like you're like, that guy's just a fat old bitch. And so, you know, I'm gonna keep an eye out. Whenever I come back to this 5 weeks from now or 7 weeks from now, and come back to find the bitch of the year. You don't want to be a bitch of the year. I would almost rather be the of the year than be the bitch of the year. And I feel like that holds some weight because I'm the one that's making these awards, and I understand the gravity and the level of insult that I'm throwing out there. Much rather be the of the year than the bitch of the year. If you're bitch of the year, it's like, you did something that stood out real bad. That being said, if I want to give it to a Battlehawk at some point near the end of the season, the bar's low. Like, you don't have to do a whole lot to be bitch of the year at some point. Like, if you make a business, like even a small business decision at this point, it's like, that guy's kind of the bitchiest move. Let's just hope we don't get there, and let's just hope Wade Phillips, again, no longer the Brahmas head coach. Let's hope that asshole continues to be bitch of the year. The donkey dick donkey kick of the year, this can only go between two people. And so let's see. It's going to either be Sterling Hoffrichter, who the punter, or Rodrigo Blankenship. So here's what we're looking at so far. Sterling Hoffrichter has kicked 13 punts. Total yardage is 641 yards. What I'm looking for here is the average is 49.3 yards per punt. Okay. And we're figuring this out right now, because donkey dick donkey kick of the so far. This is very much a mathematical award. The name, you know, when you're thinking donkey dick donkey kick, it's like that sounds like that's probably an opinion based award. No. Donkey dick donkey kick of the year is going to be that's a purely mathematical thing. Okay, so what did we say? Stephen Hoffrichter, 49.3 yards average. Okay, and now let's look at Rodrigo Blankenship. It is not going to give me an average yardage, but he is 12 for 12. So there's that. So he's got 2 kicks within 20 to 29, 2 kicks within 30 to 39, 5 within 40 to 49, and 3 of 50 plus. Man, I'd love to give a donkey dick, donkey kick of the so far to a punter. But I think I got to give donkey dick, donkey kick of the so far to Rodrigo Blankenship. I didn't realize that he was 5 for 5, 40. He's 8 for 8 from 40 plus. I think I got to give donkey dick, donkey kick of the so far to Rodrigo Blankenship. I know that I was just talking about how it's a mathematical thing. 100% from 40 plus. That's pretty good. Donkey kick of the so far goes to Rodrigo Blankenship. His longest field goal is 56 yards. The longest punt has been 63 yards. It's like, how do you weigh that? I got to give it to Rodrigo Blankenship. Again, I was very skeptical of the guy going in. I was very skeptical of the guy going into the season. Hand up on that. I'm wrong. I'm going to tell you when I'm wrong. I'm not going to fart around and be like, I always like Rodrigo Blankenship. No, I told you going into the season, when I was bringing up the new players on this team, I was like, I think Rodrigo Blankenship sucks ass. He's been good. He's been really good. He's been perfect. He's the only kicker, I believe, in the UFL to be perfect so far. Let's see if I can pull this up. Going to the UFL's website, going to stats, going to... Oh, dude, this new stat thing that this fucking league has is just ass. Let me Control F, field goals. Let's see. Okay. Matt McCrane, DC's kicker, 13 for 16. Rodrigo Blankenship, 12 for 12. The only kicker who is also 100% is San Antonio's kicker, Tristan Vizcaíno, and he is 1 for 1. So yeah, Rodrigo Blankenship confirmed good. And for what it's worth, Sterling Hoffrichter is, I'm not entirely sure he's got the longest average punt, so that's neat. Okay. Do I have any other awards? I was kind of thinking of them, and I was like, man, there's just like not a whole lot. There's just like not a whole lot. What else could I do? The that was one that I was gonna do. The Whoopsies award. That didn't work. The Whoopsies of the so far is gonna go to, and I gave him a that didn't work of the week in week 3. And this one gets it definitely so far is Anthony Becht for his week 3 pump up speech, where he was telling his players to get into a really deep, dark spot in their life and use that emotion to play well. And then if you recall, I recall definitely. If you recall though, they did get into a really deep, dark spot, and then they went on to play like absolute dog shit for 60 minutes. So, whoops. Hey Tony, don't do that. Hey, remember when you accidentally locked your dog in a car on a hot day and it died in there? Get to that deep, dark spot in your life and use that emotion to play football. Nope, that doesn't work. Don't do that. Hey, remember that time that you got a flat tire on the highway and it was raining and it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and then you got out of your car to change the tire, and then there was a drunk driver on the road and he rear-ended your car and totaled it, and that guy didn't have insurance? Remember how deep down and dark you were then? Hey, play like that. Nope, don't do that. And I'm bringing these things up because I feel like this is like darkest moments of people's lives. And Anthony Becht is saying, hey, remember the darkest point in your life and play like that. So I'm just trying to brainstorm. This is just stream of consciousness stuff here. Hey, remember when remember when remember when you jumped off the back of a pontoon boat when you were 7, and then you didn't have a life jacket on, and then your uncle jumped in after you, except he got caught up in the propeller and then got turned into a blender. Remember that? That's a deep, dark moment. This is what Tony asked for. I'm just saying these things. These have not happened to me. I'm just saying, be like, hey, remember these dark things that have happened like that? Hey, remember when you watched the Ring movie, or no, you brought the Ring video, the Ring cassette, whatever, Ring, the Ring videotape, home and put it in your TV as kind of like a prank, and then your sister came home and then she turned on the TV and then it was the Ring, and then the Ring girl came out of the TV and killed her. That's on you. Play like that. What other dark things have happened? Hey, remember when, I don't know, what's something easy? Let's end it on a lighthearted one. Hey, remember when you stubbed your toe? That's a dark moment probably for one of these guys. I've gone on for this bit entirely too long. So yeah, whoopsies goes to Anthony Beck for that really terrible pump up speech. But yeah, man. Any other things that I can give anybody? Good coordinator of the year goes to, I would say, position coach goes to Leroy Glover, the defensive line coach, because they've played well consistently. That's less fun of an award. Bad coordinator of the year, obviously that goes to Phil McGeegan because he's an uncreative hack. He's got me blocked on Twitter, so I don't really care about him. But yeah, no, that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. That is the awards. I told you this is going to be a short one. What am I at? 20 minutes? It's probably gone on for far too long. I just did stream of consciousness for about 6 minutes talking about sad things that happen to people. So yeah, happy Thursday, I guess, to you guys. Go Battlehawks, cause the law. Go Birds, go Iron Birds. Jordan Davis got a 5th-year extension. I'm still very happy about that because he rocks. The Eagles are the best football team on the planet. If you say anything to anybody ever in public, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's a Battlehawks guy." That's what that is. Like I went to do a show earlier, and I parked, and there was a guy in the parking spot next to me. Like I backed into the parking spot, and there was some fucking Mercedes that was like pulled up a little bit. You know how like it was like the parking spots that like it's the double parking spot kind of a thing where one you understand it's a normal parking spot. And I backed into the spot. I'm not a psychopath. People back into parking spots. That's a thing that people do. And I backed into this parking spot, but this Mercedes was pulled up kind of a little bit further into mine. So I parked and I was like very close, and I just barely made it into the parking spot completely. And there's a guy in the car next to me. I didn't realize there. I got out of my car, and then he gave me a thumbs up, and I kind of gave my hand wave. Obviously, by me doing that, he's like, "Oh, that's a Battlehawks guy. That's what that is." So, all right. I think that this show has been terrible. I think that it's been terrible. I think that I did not do a good job with this. But I promised that I was going to do an award show, and I did an award show. That's, again, hey, to be fair, 20 minutes ago I said if you want to skip this one, you can skip it. And if you did skip it, you're not listening to this, and I'm proud of you. If you didn't skip this, hey man, you're a fucking psychopath. You're a sicko, and I applaud you. And I appreciate you very much. I'll talk to you guys. Oh, today it is 4:15 in the morning. I'll talk to you guys later today with a Bird's Eye preview. Bye.